family and friends. This is the beginning of the Great Awakening. Nothing can stop what's coming. It's an incredible time to be alive. I went through many gyrations. I actually had more contact with people in a deep way, probably today, than I have in a long time. I did a broadcast with Scott and Jamie about the Republic, which I thought was wonderful. These guys are like so in tune and so smart. Then I did a really cool video with Norman. Norman is our doctor guru, and we talked about the new water machine and all this stuff. And now this, but I also spent a long time, not a long time, but more time than I should have, screaming at the title company. I could even say the name of it, Pioneer Title Company. I was like screaming at these people. I'm like, it's taking you a week. Okay, I don't want to go. I'm not going to start with them. But I had, this is part but this is part of the main point that I feel is necessary to explore tonight. So I started with the realization that with the tokenization of all assets, that you and I will be master investors. We will have such joy. I do already. I bought a bunch of DJT, Donald J. Trump Technology Company. I bought a bunch of shares today for under $10 for this, in the last couple of days. I unloaded all my DJT stocks at $19. And now I'm scooping them up at $9. I remember a time when I couldn't buy one share. It was $60 a share. I couldn't buy one share. Now I'm buying a lot, not a zillion, but you can buy a bunch of shares for $100. You get 10 shares. I sold all my gold and silver stocks. I said, Ellie, that's the old you. I got to be careful. And, it's gold never loses its value. And no, I don't. That was the old me. We are changing all the time. We are in a constant state of flux. Deltas. That's the point. That's what Roseanne says. That's the identifying tag of a real human being, which also ties into what I'm about to say. Read my lips, a real human being, an is-be, an immortal, spiritual, biological entity. We survived the vaccine holocaust. You and I survived. Some of you got the vaccine, but you know enough to deal with it. Or my friend, remember we looked at the blood of a friend of ours? She got her blood flow was destroyed by chemtrails, but she started putting on X39 and her blood cleared up. She knew enough. What I'm saying, she was conscious enough to heal herself. She didn't get the vaccine, but we can get these. You don't have to take the vaccine to get these nanoparticles put into your body. Microplastics. You drink from a plastic bottle. It's just normal to do that. I don't, only because Daniela doesn't let me. Let's see, how much power do I have? Okay, so I'm plugged in. But the realization, that the big realization in my mind of today, is anybody out there, by the way? I don't see any chats. Just so I know I'm not talking to myself, which is fine anyway. I don't really mind. So I came to the realization this morning. I saw a post about it. We looked at a post last night about the tokenization of the world, as that we can invest in whatever. Thank you so much, Kate. Um, we can invest in whatever we want to. And by the way, that troll last night, next time they come back, it's just total bullshit. We can invest in whatever we want. You want to spend a week every year in Maui? Maui. Aye. Present is in the now. Yeah, also Trinity, you've been really on the money lately. Hello from California. Yeah. Hey, David Joseph. Yeah, Trinity, you're on the cusp, baby. You're totally with it. So okay, so I'm thinking to myself, do you not see? Do people not understand what is coming in terms of absolute financial freedom? We won't even think about the idea of finances. You'll invest in stuff that's fun. I mean, I love to invest. I love it. When the COVID thing hit, I took all my money out of my 401k and I started investing. And I made some foolish moves. I gave some money to some people that weren't really, I mean, I got ripped off, but I learned the fun of life. So that's one aspect I want to talk about. I want to salute my partner Daniela, because she spends a lot of time thinking about coffee, and she says to me, we could be working on something. She says, I'm going to go drink a cup of coffee. There's a reason why she thinks about coffee, because she makes a cup. It is perfect cup. She froths it up. She uses heavy cream. She makes it just right. And then she sits down and she enjoys the coffee. That is living. That is wisdom. I wish I was on her level in that way. I can't enjoy like food that way. I mean, maybe I do. To enjoy life, to enjoy investing, to enjoy the place you live. I always say, you out here, if I'm working on something and I'm walking between this place, I'm walking between my garden and the house, I'm looking at the most beautiful place I've ever seen. That's joy to me. That brings me great joy. Okay, so this idea of tokenization of reality mimics it. It's so quantum. It's so five density, fifth dimensional. Because we're not just limited to, I got to get up and I'm going to work. I'm going to work. I'll see you in a couple hours. Hopefully I'll be, They've stolen our lives. They've stolen our health. They've stolen our money. They put weird shit in our underpants to make us infertile. They feed us water, the most beautiful thing in the world, in plastic things that's more dangerous than cancer. These are creepazoids of a major level, but don't focus on that. That's not the point of what I'm saying here. Bees and sell honey. That's a great idea. We also do. We also want to invest in bees. We don't necessarily want to sell them. We want to eat the honey. But Daniela says, we're getting bees before chickens. So I totally agree. But to do what you love. So here's the thing. I thought to myself, this is it. Once XRP and the ISO 222 coins hit the ground running, and the tokenization of reality begins. Not to say, are you going to be millionaires? Yes, that's without question. You're already a millionaire. Why are you a millionaire? I'm going to get to that in a few seconds. So this tokenization idea means I can focus my finances and my energy and my thoughts on whatever it is that I want to do in that moment. Let's say I take up surfing. I want to, and I want to explore it, and I want to invest in it, and I want to go to the beaches, the right beaches in California. This is the kind of life. I mean, that's just one aspect. I mean, for me, it would be like, I want to, I mean, one of the things that I would like to do, I don't know if I'll get around to it, but is harvest the incredible resource of homeless people. Harness it not in like, I want, you're going to work, you're going to be my slave, and you're going to build me a house. No, but to set these people free and to give them the ability to create whatever they want. Okay, that's a fantasy, but maybe not. But this is what I'm saying. So the idea of tokenization of our financial reality is unbelievably exciting. Unbelievably exciting. I am already excited by investing. I look at my crypto holdings a lot, and I believe in ISO 222 coins. Why am I able to believe in it? Because I'm not a regular investor who's looking at his money as like, how much should I make today? I want to invest in things that have long-term value. That's not really what I'm talking about here. Where I want to go with this video. 82% got the jab. That's the point I want to get to. Okay? Because when I did the first broadcast of the day, I said to Scott, a brilliant guy, totally cool dude. He goes hunting with a bow and arrow, and he spends a lot of time in the woods, and he moved to Arizona 6 years ago, and he's the senator of the Republic of Arizona. And I said to him, this tokenization of reality really is going to liberate everybody. I said, it's going to be a very soft landing. The transition from third dimensional duality consciousness into the quantum reality, we are the multidimensional personalities that we will be embracing. Listen, when I walk out into my garden and I start putting a deep thought together, I totally am not in my body. And then like 3 minutes later, I wake up and like there's a shovel in my hand. That is called multidimensional, going to a different world. I went to a different world for 3 minutes. I was physically not in my body. It's not like, I left my body and my body collapsed and I had this vision of God. And no, fuck that. That's bullshit. That's fake news. I spent 3 minutes thinking about the time I climbed a certain mountain and the way it looked and the waterfalls that were there. And I spent 3 minutes thinking about it. And the Baal Shem Tov says, what you are thinking about, where you are thinking about is where you actually are. You actually go there. So then a few minutes later, I'm like, oh, I got to turn off the water. I'm watering my garden. And I forgot to turn off the hose. I do that all the time. Daniela saves us routinely because I'll turn on the water and that's like, we forgot to water. We'll do it. We'll do it soon. They got to know.
I mean the ones down.
Yeah, I know what you mean. the so I'll turn on the hose. For us to flush our toilet, we have to fill up a bucket, like a Home Depot bucket, pretty close to the top, and then we pour it into the bowl, and that flushes. That's how we flush out here in the frontier. So often, like, I mean, many times I will start filling up the bucket and think to myself, I'm just going to go around and fix. I'm going to see if my screwdriver's in the right place, and come back and turn. And then another adventure starts. I go into a different reality. Suddenly, I'm up on the roof, or I'm up on the second floor. I'm looking. I mean, this is if you live that kind of a life, which I do. I'm not saying everyone does, but you leave your body. I mean, the most frightening thing ever for me is to do that while driving a car. And I'm sure most people do that all the time. You're just driving and you're thinking about something else. And then you remember, oh, yeah, I'm driving a car. I don't do that ever. When I'm driving a car, I am focused on driving the car, period. Just me, because I know my mind. I know I can go off in like that. And then I come back and the bucket's overflowing. And Danielle's like, Ellie, I hear water. I'm like, okay, I did it again. Sorry, baby. At least you got a flushing unit. Well, yeah. I mean, is it a flushing? It's a toilet. We took the tank off, and we just flush it. It goes into our septic tank. I mean, it's very out here. I mean, I don't. Someday I'll talk about my the kavana, my feeling about going to bathroom in the desert. I mean, out in the middle of nowhere. It's a different kind of experience. It's not like you lock yourself in a little room and it's a different kind of feeling. But I don't want to get to that. I want to get to this thing that Nancy sent me, that 82% of people got vaccinated, got the vax. So I'm telling Scott before we started broadcasting, I said to Scott, it's going to be a soft landing, man. It's not going to be. We're not going to have to worry about the economy crashing and the government going down, all getting arrested, and all this other stuff. It's just going to be. We're going to be eased into this quantum financial system where we can invest in things and just enjoy life. Just enjoy life. Use your money to make money and live wherever you want to live and travel wherever you want to travel. And we went through that last night. We saw a post. If you want to look back to last night's video. So I'm saying this to Scott. I'm saying, like, man, it's going to be easy peasy. This transformation of mankind, it's going to be so much fun. So that goes in line with, don't worry about what the local, there's this little old man that does this podcasting, and he's got this look on his face like, this is the news, I'm like, no, this is the news. But here's the thing that I said this to Scott. I said, Scott, it's going to be a soft landing. It's going to be so easy peasy. He says, for us, he's right. For us, it's going to be easy peasy because we know what's going on. But for your rank and file person, for the 18%, we are 18% of humanity. 82% got the vax. They are no longer considered human. I'm not saying if you work on it and you take ivermectin and you take cleansing baths, whatever, you can rid yourself of these nanoparticles. And we do it every day. We take this immunotech. Let me just share that as part of our regimen. I never really share this, but I'm going to share it just because I think it's an important part of your, did I spell it right? Immunotech. Yeah. It's an important part of our health regimen. Why? Because it gives you the precursors for glutathione production. Now, I also take the glutathione patch. I personally don't believe you can have too much glutathione in your body. We are in a place where we have to watch, we have to cleanse. We are 18% of humanity. They are trying to put shit in our underwear, for God's sakes, in our food, in our water. There are 90 zillion people out there thinking, give me a bottle of water. I take a bottle of water. So good for my health. It's worse than cancer. This is what we're dealing with here. So I say to Scott, Scott, man, it's going to be easy peasy, man. We're just going to, the quantum system is here and we're all working on our health. Call Norman if you want to try this product. It's life-changing. It's a beautiful product. It goes hand in hand with the with LifeWave. And I'm going to talk about the water machine too. But give Norman a call. You could buy a water machine from Norman if you like Norman. We do this lifestyle channel on Thursday. We don't get a lot of response, but Norman is our guru, our health guru. He's been in the organic foods business for 40 years. He's just a smart, thoughtful kind of guy. So, okay, so I put that out there that you can get this Immunotech product. It's used in Europe. It's used in Mexico. They've been using it for 30 years. It's phenomenal. However, what Norman is now talking about is using that in conjunction with the water machine, which he believes is absolutely life-changing. I'm not going to get into this. Let me finish my point. I'm going to get back to the water machine because I think it's essential that we all monitor and invest in our health. Let's see. Let me go back to the chats. But I want to make this central point before I get carried away with the water machine and the patches. So I say to Scott, I say, Scott's he's the senator of the Republic in Arizona. He's a smart dude, man. He's a hunter. He knows what it is to be by yourself. He knows how to enjoy solitude. When I'm in the woods, I don't think of it as solitude. I feel like I am just sitting in God's lap. I mean, it's just like, hey, man, I'm here. I'm back. I went away. I went into the world. Now I'm back. I'm back home. So Scott said, it's going to be easy for us, but think about the rest of the world. The rest of the world. We're talking the 82. What we're talking about, right? 82% of humanity are non-character players. They just want to be left alone. They just want to do their job. They don't want to get in trouble. They just, they drank the Kool-Aid and they have the mark. They've been destroyed by the Holocaust, by the vaccine Holocaust. And the food and drugs that they eat, and they just take it for granted. They don't even think about it. And the boosters and the vaccines and all this. The medicines they give them. So it's going to be a soft landing for the 18%, for us, for people like us. That's why this channel doesn't have 1 million viewers. It's not because what I'm saying isn't important. It is. But it's only important to people who are alive, who are living. You are alive. You are the survivors of this deep state Holocaust, of deep state slavery, of deep state deprivation, of deep state fear, of deep state shame. You are the survivors of the Holocaust, the real Holocaust, the recent Holocaust. And for us, in my opinion, this is a walk in the park. This is a breeze. We are free. Those of us who have attained this to some degree are free of this oppressive cabal. The drug pushers, both legal and illegal, the doctors and the lawyers, and all these people inside the matrix. They are clueless. They are frightened. Are they bad people? No. Are they good people? Not really. I don't think so. And that goes to the experience I had today. But the central point is that you are survivors. And in my opinion, you will be enjoying life like never before with the quantum financial system, with being being able to invest everything, with being able to take a cup of Brian's coffee, of spiritual bean coffee, to sit down with a cup of spiritual bean coffee and really enjoy it. Spiritualbeancoffee.com. He's in Prescott, Arizona. Nicest guy you'll ever meet. He insists on sending me free coffee, month after month after month. I love his coffee. It is pure, it is organic. But the idea that Daniela can sit down, and if you ever saw a cup that she makes, a cup of coffee that Daniela makes, it is in a glass cup. It is deeply full of cream. There's a layer of foam of like some kind of whipped cream on top. And then she sprinkles various things on top of that. It's a masterpiece. It's a creation. It's something Brian makes. And Brian taught us how to make the coffee, how to brew coffee. She sits down. She goes, I'm making my coffee now. You think it's an ordinary experience for her? You think it's just like, okay, like the way I experience coffee, I'm like, okay, coffee, oh, that was really good coffee. I don't have the goods to really to cavell, to enjoy, to delve into the moment of pleasure in that kind of a way. But this is what life is about. The highest level of the soul in Chassidus is pleasure, tainug. Meaning when you're enjoying yourself, I'm not saying you're out there whipping your slaves. That's not called enjoyment. I'm talking about enjoyment being like having a cup of coffee that's absolutely perfect and sitting down and really drinking it. Not like me. 18%. You are 18% of humanity. Even if you got the vaccine, if you're taking the precautions, I include you in the group. 82%. Remember, 80% of the Yidden literally died in the plague of darkness in Egypt because they did not want to face freedom. They weren't ready for freedom. Most of the people in the world. So that's what Scott was saying. He's like, yeah, for us, it's incredible. I'm living my dream life right. This is beyond my dreams. And so should you be. You are the 18% that won this contest, that walked out of the door of the Truman Show at the end. You just walked out. You said, you know what? I'm out. So the people who stayed, they were like, well, I can't. There was a post today that said, the normies enjoy paying taxes. That's why Trump came out today and he said, no tax on tips, like it's a big deal. And people are like, wow, man, that's amazing. Because they don't know what you and I know, that tax is voluntary, that it's whatever. Also, by the way, I woke up this morning with a text on my phone that said I owe $1,500 to the court, to this. It's probably not even a real court, but I stupidly stupidly responded to them. As Scott says, once you respond, you're in it. But I've dealt with these creeps when I got out of the credit card system. Okay, thank you, Linda Beard. Linda Beard. Okay, so I'm going to go to the next layer. But you guys are going to be celebrating life. If you're not already, you should be celebrating your life. You should be going like this big time, 5 times a day. They came after you, you survived, and now they are done. They are toast. There were casualties in this world war, in this Holocaust. 82% of humanity died. Spiritually died. They're not connected. Their pineal gland is. But you survived. So I have to learn to sit down at some point and enjoy coffee the way Daniela does. I mean, that's on my bucket list.
Well, you kind of do because you asked for milk and all that stuff.
She says, I kind of do because I asked for a lot of milk. I love Daniela. She is, I mean, I can't even imagine a better partner. I just can't. I can't think. I think to myself, would I trade her in? It's like, are you kidding me? She's this is a manifestation of a dream in a body who lives with me 24/7. We rarely, sometimes I go out and work and she stays inside, but that's we're maybe we're 30 feet apart for an hour and then we check in with each other. You deserve to have everything. You are the 18%. You are the winners of this incredible struggle to survive, to survive, to
Don't answer those texts anymore. It's just reporting as spam.
The text? Yeah, I will. I learned my lesson. It didn't get it's inspired me. Yeah, the purity of Daniela is staggering. She's very uncomplicated, very straightforward. And to Daniela, we worked together for 3 years. No matter what is said between us, a hug, stops it right there. It's just like we could have words, but as soon as we hug each other, it's over. It's over. She's just totally responsive to the emotional atmosphere of the moment. She's totally in tune with reality. But that's another subject. So you, as the 18% who have survived this Holocaust, should start to really enjoy life because it's going to be an easy landing. The money situation is going to clear up. It's already clearing up. Okay, so now I'm going to interject a little bit of why I believe, and this is an opinion that may change, why I believe there's no sense in chasing after the 82%. It's like when we left Egypt. There are just some people that they don't really want to be free. They have their routine. They're comfortable. They have their car payments. They have the nice car. They have a place to live. They have a hot bath. We don't get hot baths. We get short showers, but eventually we'll have hot baths. We could have hot baths. They go to their work. Now, here is something what I learned today. Their work, what they do, is totally useless. Absolutely 100% meaningless time. So part of today, I got upset because I found out that they were about to auction off my property without telling me. I found out from somebody on the channel. I thought it was a troll. I thought you're joking. You're just trying to troll me. There's no way I'm going to lose my land. They really put my house up for auction. So I've been waiting patiently for them to come up with a deal to end this. They don't know that I've worked through this, but I have various options at my disposal at this point. But I have one that there's a person on the channel that I'm going to love, that I'm partnering with, and they are going to help me out of this situation. And in turn, they will be, I will be telling them and I will be giving them 80 acres of land. Now, the banks won't do that. The banks say, well, we don't do that here. They can't do anything. I went to the court and I said, is my house about to be auctioned off? They said, well, we can't find it. I'm like, what do you do? This is your job. You don't know how to do your job. I had to ask my real estate agent, is this true? And she said, yes, it is true. I laid into the title company today. I called them and I said, it's been 10 days. I want a solution to this problem. I don't want to ever have to deal with you. These people are so fucking useless. They know nothing. The only thing they respond to is, I said to them, I want to talk to the president of the company. I want to talk, what's the guy's name? Whatever. Okay. That got them going, because even though they're totally useless, they don't even know how to do their job. And this is probably 82% of humanity. They know that if the boss hears about it and realizes how incompetent I am going to lose my ring, my precious. Yeah, okay, I won't mention his name on thing, because they're going to do the right thing. But I laid into these people and they're like, I didn't do it. It was somebody else. This is the corporation. I didn't do it. I don't know anything about it. I'm like, I want to talk to your boss. I want to talk to the president of the company. I want him to explain to me why it takes 10 fucking days for you to come up with a real estate deal to get me out of hock, and why my house is still listed on auction. I screamed at them for like an hour. They're like, I didn't do it. So let me talk to somebody who can do it. I talked to this other. Oh, I didn't do it either. I didn't do it. I don't know anything about it. He did it. This is a population of useless eaters. I hate to say it. Could they be saved? They could be. But they have to come to the realization. That they are not alive. They are not living creatures. They are non-character players. Their jobs are a complete waste of time. They don't even know their jobs. They don't do their jobs. This is like when I came to complain about in the Department of Education. I see 100 people at desks eating cookies. I'm like, I need to get my fingerprint. They're like, I'm waiting 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4. It's just like, it finally, when it went, sometimes you have to scream and yell. And I yelled at these people. I screamed at them. I said, who's your boss? I want his number. That's when they really woke up. They said, well, we'll talk to her. We don't want you calling the boss. The Kingman courthouse, they don't know that my house is up for auction. I said, you people, you are slow walking this solution to my mortgage problem. I paid a lot of money on my mortgage, and you are slow walking the end. You're going to slow walk me into an auction. You're going to just forget about doing your job. And then they said, well, Mr. Weber, is your address in Far Rockaway, New York? Wrong answer. I said, I gave you my address 2 weeks ago, and it's still not in your records. What the fuck are you people doing down there? This is the title company. This is, what's the name of it? Pioneer Title Company. They're keeping track of the records. They're the ones you go to find out reality. And they don't know how to find a keto cookie. They're still eating fat cookies with all kinds of poisons in them, and they can't think straight. And they got the vaccine, and they're totally useless, dead bodies that, I don't know. This is what we're facing. So I think that Scott is right. It's going to be a very easy landing for you and I. It's already incredibly pleasurable. Now, do I think they're going to get it together now after 10 days of me waiting while my house is about to be auctioned off? You think I'm a little concerned that maybe they'll just, maybe they forgot. Listen, Ellie, we listen, I had a lot of stuff to do. I had to buy groceries this week. I didn't have time to change the address on your forms. I didn't have time to check into this. The lender is working on it. That's what they keep telling me. The lender is working on it. I'm like, he's a lender and he can't do this in 5 minutes? He's a professional lender. He can't figure out the final payment that I owe in 5 minutes. What is he doing? Well, he's probably, the lenders, they're in synagogue right now. He was celebrating Passover the whole time, so I couldn't get a hold of him. Holy people, man. Oh, you're worried? They're like, you're worried because I'm like, well, would you be worried if your house is up for auction and you're waiting for the title company to fucking get off their asses and stop eating cookies and figure out the solution to this and tell the lender to this is what we're dealing with. This is the reality of our situation. So is this good news or bad news? It is great news. It's sad news. It breaks my heart because I want to love everybody. But they're clueless. They're absolutely clueless. That's why we figured it out. We are 18% of humanity, just like when they left Egypt. 80%, more than a majority said, we're not freedom, man. What me? I'm not into it, man. I'm so comfortable here. I got fish chowder from the Nile. We got fresh those steaks, the Japanese steaks. We got fresh fatty steaks. We got Wagyu. We got Wagyu steaks. We have the best Chinese tea money can buy, straight from Ceylon. Beautiful from the mountains. It has its unusual taste. It's like flowers. It's like drinking flowers. Why would we want to leave Egypt? Why would we want to be free? So that we just have to. I hope that what I'm saying tonight is nullified, and I totally believe otherwise in the next couple of days. But at this moment, I'm seeing we made it. We crossed the river. At least we understand what the matrix is. I was on hold. They put me on hold. You put me on hold. I just hung up right away. I said, I'm calling the president. But they put me on hold to make sure that I said, I want the president's number. Turns out it's right online. I can call him at any time. I'll probably call him tomorrow and say, hey, man, your people are useless idiots. And but listen, they go to the Mason, they go hang out with the Masons, and they these are the people who run the world. They're running these companies. They got their little pleasures. They go to their sex retreats and they eat their little baby. They drink their adrenochrome and they're happy, man. They don't care that 82% of humanity is cannot figure their way out of a paper bag. So the great news is that you did and you can, and that's why you're here. You are the survivors of this incredible plague. Yeah, living on the land, man. I mean, with a garden, building cool things, right? No 9 to 5 for 18% of us, dream weavers. 100%, man. You could do whatever you want. And you could tell now we know that the 82%, they don't have 2 cells up here. You could probably call them or just ignore them. This thing with the mortgage, they got me at the wrong moment, and they scared me with this. They surprised me with this auctioning off my land. But do I really need to pay my mortgage off? I still don't know. I'm still waiting for Jasara, and I think it's coming. And the 18% of us who understand and appreciate the value of freedom, it's going to be. We are so blessed. We are so lucky. This is, I mean, we are living the dream. If you're not living the dream, you're thinking about living the dream, which is half the battle. And these people they just hope their boss doesn't find out that they're totally incompetent. They can't even put in the address that I gave them 2 weeks ago. I sent 3 separate emails with my new address, and the lady can't even. It wasn't in the files yet. So this is, again, this is a channel, this is a thought stream about change. It is not about this is the way it is and this is what's really happening in Washington. You can get that from every bullshit artist on the web, on X. Oh, this is this is that. This one did this, and Kathy, this one is, and that's 3-dimensional reality. We don't bother with that. We don't fall for that bullshit. We are creators. We are creating a new world every single day, every single moment. Focus, focus, ascend. Q's words. Are we prophets? No. Are you a prophet? No. Is Q a prophet? He says no. I'll take him at his word. Do I think I'm a prophet? No. I'm just putting the pieces together. The prophets, I think, are not. People who say they're prophets are just, to me, it's like, where do you get off? Where do you have such an ego that you can, if there was somebody who was a prophet, it would not be self-declared. It would be declared by other people. He's like a prophet, man. And there are people out there. I see them on X. There are people out there like this Zachary Fisher, whoever he is. He's like a prophet. He speaks right to your heart. So I think we are there. We're 90% of the way there. I had to lay it into these people. But Danielle is like, she's like, you're dealing with the matrix, man. It's an hour has gone by. We could be building. We could be doing real things. The matrix sucks the life out of you. They want you to be dead like they are. We put your land up for auction. I didn't do that. We didn't do that here. He did that. They said the lender did that. I'm like, I still want to talk to the president because your address, you gave it to us 2 weeks ago. Oh, sorry. I guess we'll have to do our job. What are you doing over there? You're the title company for Arizona. This is a big title company. They have 2 buildings. I'm sure they're connected to the Masons. I can bet you $100. I mean, 100 to 1. They're connected to the Masons. They're creepazoid parasites. I mean, think about it. A company devoted to bureaucracy, to red tape, to figuring out, who really owns this place. I mean, I don't know. Well, who lives on it? Who's building a house on it? Who just dug a well on it? You're going to take that away from me and not even tell me about it? And you expect him to be like, and not want to talk to the president and tell him what a fucking asshole he is? To let these people run wild over my life? He's responsible. He's the president. His people can't figure out my address. They can't give me a call. They were able to Gmail me. I didn't look at it. But they didn't say anything on the Gmail about putting my house up for auction. And then I see a thing on my a week ago. The place has been up for auction for like I don't know how long. A week ago, I see something plastered to way down in the valley, a mile from this house, on my property. But why didn't they come up here? Why didn't they come to my house? They couldn't come to my house, but they tacked a thing. This is the Matrix. These people put you on hold, who ask for your they're going, but they are dying. That is the good news. They're dying. Their last stronghold, Iran, is being sucked out of existence. They're being shamed out of it. Trump is taking over the flow of oil. He's taking over the flow of money. He's going to be putting everything on the rails where everything is visible. The creeps and the NGOs and this whole corrupt society is going to fall like a lead balloon, because it's a hologram, just like we're holographic. Every piece of the Matrix smells of reptile stench. So why would it happen to me that a rattlesnake appears inside my house? And what do I think? I think, kumbaya, man, rattlesnake. Joe hangs out with the rattlesnakes. He's, Roger says, well, yeah, but he has a very special relationship with, I don't, do I want to cultivate a relationship with a rattlesnake? Maybe someday, but right now. So I just, I got busy thinking about what, I guess maybe he'll go away, or maybe, and I walked away. And then I came back to the spot. And this is mirroring my situation with this, what is it? Pioneer Title Company. That I'm like, okay, tell the lender I want to make a deal. Let's see what we can do. See if he'll have mercy on me and bring the price down and not charge me $14,000 for late fees. $14,000 because I'm late. Because I couldn't pay the outrageous amount of money. And I told him, one day I will walk into your office with a check and we'll settle it. But apparently you can't even do that. You can't just, this is the Matrix. You can't come in with a check. First of all, they don't accept checks. Then they say you have to have a certified check or a wire. I would put money in the wire. There's no way. On the Swift system, that's what Swift system. I put $25,000 on the Swift system. Maybe it'll get there, maybe not. They may be able to get it, maybe not. That's what's running the world. And they'll take that $25,000 and they'll buy a bunch of silver or gold and then sell it a few days later when you start complaining about, well, what happened to the money? And they're like, well, we're not sure. That's not my department. Let me call somebody who might be able to help you. Oh, I'm not sure either. Maybe you and meanwhile, an hour of your life has gone by. You're frustrated beyond belief. So the good news is we are the 18%, and we are leaving Egypt, and we are going to deal with the situation as it comes. But it's going to be good. President Trump is laying away. The normies are like, oh, the no tax on tips. We're like, no tax. Fuck the tax. It's voluntary. We know that. But okay, so the rattlesnake so I thought to myself, well, maybe I could work out a deal with him, just like with the this title company. Well, maybe I could work it out with them. Maybe the lender will have mercy. He's Jewish. Maybe he'll realize that it's against Torah to charge all this extra fee on all this interest on top of the fee. Just let me pay off my land, you fuck. Um, I don't care if you are Jewish. This is not acceptable behavior. But I don't live in the matrix. In the matrix, it's like, well, you were late. You were late. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Okay, so the rattlesnake. So I said, okay, man. Okay, I don't really know what to do. I didn't, I wasn't seeing the situation clearly. I was like, well, maybe the matrix exists. Maybe, the rattlesnake and I can be like Dr. Doolittle. We'll start talking to each other. And then I started taking off all the cardboard because I realized he's hiding under the cardboard that I use as a windscreen on the inside of my house to keep the wind off. So I started taking the cardboard up, and lo and behold, there he was, curled up, just cuddly as ever, sweet, sweet looking, By then, I was like I am with the title company. Wait a minute. I'm not going to wait for May 5th to come around and you auction off my land. Why have you been sitting on this for 2 weeks? Why isn't there a solution? Because they won't let me just come in with a bunch of money. I have to come in with a specific amount that they predetermine in the matrix. Like they have a back room with a big, like a wheel, and it's like, well, what are we going to charge him? Let's see. He's going to have to pay the late fees. He's going to have to pay a lot of interest. Oh, no, he rolled. Oh, my gosh. But if once we realize that we are the 18% and we are the winners and we are the Truman walking through the door, we can enjoy this adventure, because there's no the cabal has been defeated. They're useless. They're unable to do anything. So they're not capable of putting two thoughts together. They're not able to do their job on a massive scale. So whatever you want, you should be able to just walk in and say, okay, I need this, this, and this, and they should be able to give it to you. It's like when we come into Home Depot and we desperately need plywood, and we see a few pieces of plywood that are perfectly fine, and we say to the guy, are these all 70% off? And he's like, you want it 70% off? Sure. Why not? It's nothing to him. He doesn't pay for it. This is the whole system is based on, please don't call the boss, because the boss might fire me and I'll lose my fancy pillows, and I won't be able to go out Friday night with the ladies, whatever it is, whatever brings them joy, what little pleasure. I won't be able to watch my Netflix thing, which I sometimes do as well. So I can't really, I'm just saying there's a time to shoot the rattlesnake. There's a time when you have to just put on your pants and say, I grabbed my, I didn't grab my 9mm. I didn't grab my shotgun. I grabbed my 22 with the snake shot. Just a little tiny gun. People, when I bought a 22, people were like, 22? What are you going to do with that? You're going to shoot a mountain lion? He's just going to be like, he's going to be annoyed. The dark players are about to go over the waterfall, and they know it. Yeah, I think so, Trinity. Yeah. You are a psychopath. No rules apply to you. I love that. I love that you identify yourself as a troll. That's just amazing. You're so, you're just like amazing. You're amazingly stupid. But I'm not going to get it. The trolls, they really work at it. They know exactly what to say to me to get me off. These are not, can you imagine spending time figuring out ways to piss me off? Do I have 5 million viewers? Do I get paid $1 zillion from X and YouTube, and I got commercials running on all my ads, and I have so much money I don't know what to do with it? That's how pathetic and desperate the Matrix is. And they are going down big time. And all their little slaves are going to be, it's over for them. They're just going to die off. I think they'll just die off. They'll get their kids vaccinated. I don't know if there's going to really be one unified world of people moving forward. I don't know. Dolores Cannon says no, says these people will choose the Matrix. But we, you and I, the 18%, will march proudly and with great joy and pleasure into a brilliant future. It's amazing up here to live up here, to wake up in the morning and decide, what do I want to do today? Do I want to work on the second floor or water the plants or just go for a walk with Daniela? What do I want to do today? To live like that and say, you know what? I don't know what I want to do. This is what I do most mornings. I go out and I walk around for a half hour. I walk around the property. I check everything out. I go to the well house. I look at the plants. I talk to the plants. I say, you guys all right, man? I mean, I know the wind's been fierce lately. We don't like the wind either, but it'll be over soon and you're getting lots of sunshine. I'm thinking about what kind of house do I want to build. Where now I'm thinking about like having a fireplace, like a stone fireplace in the middle. The kitchen being Danielle is saying like, let's put the kitchen in the middle. But we don't have to decide. We don't have to, check it out with the architect to make sure it's the plans are going to make it by the inspectors in Kingman. Who probably don't, they probably can't find their socks with, it's just like the inspector's going to come up here and tell me that my septic tank works. It works. I need your stamp of approval to get an address. I'm going to get an address. But anyway, that's another thing. It's not about me. It's about us. The dark players are about ready to go over the waterfall. Yeah, that's the bottom line. Trinity, you're like so on. You're like so on. Okay. Yeah. Chances are the boss is useless too. Yeah. Oh, for sure. He's probably more useless than his people. He would never be able to change the address. He doesn't know how. He's a good looking guy. He goes to the Mason Lodge a couple times a month. He has a beer with whoever. He probably, whatever, goes to Vegas and spends a few nights partying with the boys. I don't know, but it's all about to change. Payback is a B. Yeah. I love this, man. The trolls must be desperate. So they're that's what my son said. He says you'll know you're successful when you get opposition. But would I rather be a troll? A mindless troll, a machine, a piece of AI or whatever they are. Anyway, let's not even think about it. So this is really the good news. Let me just share a few posts, but I want to share a video about the water thing because this is revolutionary technology. Let me just share this briefly. Okay, here we go. Oh, I have to start it up first. Right. That's the way Restream is set up. They can't streamline this baby, so it's okay.
Introducing the LifeWave X2O water technology system, the first and only water technology system that infuses water with light. LifeWave X2O is a category-defining technology that transforms how we experience water through the power of light. Using patented light infusion technology, it energizes every drop of water you drink, releasing light into the body and making it available internally in a way never before possible. Every drop is transformed before it reaches your glass. The result is hydration optimized at the cellular level, supporting metabolism and nutrient absorption, supporting bioelectrical activity, energy levels, and circulation, enhancing wellness and vitality. For many, the impact feels immediate, results in seconds, helping to optimize key physiological functions, with some reporting effects occurring within seconds of consumption. And through hydrogen infusion, delivering antioxidant properties that support the body's natural defenses. When hydration works at the cellular level, you feel it where it matters, in how you move, in how you perform, and in how you recover. Designed to amplify the benefits of LifeWave's non-transdermal patches and Cellergize supplements, it becomes a powerful part of your daily wellness routine. You drink it, you feel it. A new era in cellular hydration, powered by light. LifeWave X2O.
Okay, this technology is life-shattering. Again, you could reach out to Dr. Stacy, order a thing. I don't know how long they're back ordered. I mean, you can't get them right now.
No,
Danielle is trying to
each
order
week.
one. What?
Each week.
Each week?
Yeah.
They come up with about 450 a week. So you have to be
500 next week.
500 next week. You have to be able to order it at the right time. Talk to Dr. Stacy, get it set up. But if you share it with somebody else, you will receive $1,000 commission. And you're sharing something that could free up. They could be part of the 82%. Maybe if they drink this water, they will see the light because they'll be drinking light, basically. So it's an amazing technology. Reach out to Dr. Stacy, get one, get your commission. If you can put it on PayPal, apparently. You can pay it in payments. That's what Danielle is doing. She still has a PayPal. I don't. But do we have more trolls? No, we don't have any trolls. Good. Oh yeah, we do have. Okay, they're relentless, man. I mean, where do you guys get this is all AI, but this shows you that they feel that I'm enough of a threat to spend some of their AI money on making trolls for me. So that makes me feel good. You guys, I love having trolls on my channel. But get a hold. They're infusing light. They take out all the microplastics. Is filtered. It's completely filtered, like think 6 times or something, and then it goes through this light process. I don't think the water comes out immediately. I think it takes a while to process the stuff. But imagine starting your day with drinking water that you feel. You feel it on a cellular level. It enlivens your. We are light. We are essentially a frequency. We're not a body. The 82%, those are bodies. We are not like that. We are light bodies. We have been transformed. We have changed. We have upgraded our DNA. We have transformed every aspect of our reality. Okay, so let me share now just a few clips of information from the thought stream from the could I put it on PayPal and not pay my bill? You could. That's what I do. I mean, that's what I did to some extent. I mean, I have a big bill on PayPal. For some reason, they made a mistake and they gave me a bunch of money, and I was quick. And thank God they gave me the money because I wouldn't have a well today. So I used it right away. I didn't think about it. It's like when you have a rattlesnake in your house, you better go get your 22, man, and take care of it. Because the next time the rattlesnake may not be just, hanging out, looking pretty. He might be slithering around. So my friends of mine, they live in Arizona, and they had the same situation a few days ago. I guess it's mating season. The snakes are out, but this points you that there is evil here, and we should sometimes you just can't let it go. Sometimes you have to really face it and use it. Should I feel bad for PayPal? They've been every time I made a transfer in PayPal, they wanted for me to get my money right away, I had to pay 3%. It says in Torah, you're not supposed to do that. It's not normal. If somebody needs help, this whole debt system, it's totally out of whack. But that's another thing. But anyway, reach out to Dr. Stacy and and get one of these machines and share it with friends and make some money. Invest in XRP. I still say XRP. I'm now heavy duty into Donald Trump, President Trump's company. It's just because I've been investing in that company for a while and I like it. You invest in things you like. I used to invest in silver and gold. Those days for me are if I want silver and gold, I'll buy some. I don't need to invest in mining companies because the mining companies that I know, they've already made a big profit. They're I used to buy them, like this one silver company. I used to buy it at $20 and sell it at like 28. Now they're at $60. So are they going to go to 120? Yeah, probably. But if you buy XRP for $1.40 and it goes to $5 or $10 or $100 or $100,000, you're gonna have a nice piece of asset-backed currency. We are the chosen ones. Use it to your advantage. Kill the rattlesnake. Don't let him go wild in your house. We are making order out of chaos. We don't need the cabal to help us. We're starting a war and we're going to give you the solution. We're going to end the war after 17 years. President Trump went in a month, 2 months. He's taking care of Iran, and the press is going crazy. Oh, it's taking so long. Well, what about Vietnam? How many years was that? I can't even count. But that was a war where they were selling drugs. They were bringing drugs back in the body bags, and this was a big cash cow for the evil ones, for the creepazoids, and they were probably stealing tons of children for their adrenochrome factory without us even thinking about it. I mean, Walter Cronkite never mentioned adrenochrome. He was just like, oh, today they're bombing there. There was an attack here. It's all a movie. This is all a movie. Could I put it on PayPal? No, yeah. So, okay. So let's go. Let me just go quickly to my information stream. And then, do I have to do it on here? No, I can just share this directly. Okay, so this was what I used for my thumbnail. My thing is screwed up now. I don't know what the problem is here, but they've gone bonkers with the. I mean, this is Restream. I'm going to have to talk to them. It's just insane. But don't forget to have fun. None of this shit really matters. That, I think, is a very important thing to remember. That doesn't mean, you just go out and drink a bunch of beers. It means that what people are focused on is so important. This one, the head of the Department of Justice is she really good, or is she really, that's just a waste of time. So yeah, okay, you're here. All right, so that's it. I don't know why they're okay. Let me try it like this. Okay, we'll try it one more time. I don't want to give up too easy. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I got it a little bigger now, and I can enlarge this, but then I can't see the posts. But don't forget to have fun, okay? That's important. Make this go viral. All laws which are repugnant to the Constitution are null and void. Okay, that's interesting. This is a good post. I'm not going to play it, but your vampire ball is over. That's from Vladimir. Vladimir knows what's going on. Wake up zombie slaves, AIDS, patent. They have a patent number for H1N1, for Ebola, for swine flu, for Zika, for SARS, for coronavirus. These are patented. I mean, that's enough to make you want to, okay, I got this is me. Okay, so let me go down just a bit. share some interesting. This is such a cute video, but I'm not going to share it. Don't forget to have fun. That's the bottom line. The distance between dreams and reality is called action. That is key. You got to do stuff, man. You got to take part. This was really cute about a bird. They feared the storm. We walked into it. Matrix Endgame. Yeah. This was, we did a charming, Norman is just so charming. If you want to learn about good health, follow us on Thursday afternoon. Okay, the skiff. All right, so that's it. Oh wait, what was that about the mRNA? There's been a lot of revelations because the mRNA stabilization technology used in every single COVID vaccine injected into your kids, your parents, your pregnant friends, your grandmother in the care home was patented by Monsanto in the 1980s for crops, and the company that owns a patent is now in court demanding royalties, right? This is not a conspiracy theory. This is Bayer's own lawyers. In Bayer's own filings on the public record, they are literally arguing in federal court that their agricultural genetic modification technology was copied and injected into human beings without a license. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. I think I'm going to just leave with that. But the world is being transformed, and we are the beneficiaries of this transformation. Nothing can stop what's coming. We just have to enjoy it. So let's celebrate Sedum. I'm gonna put on let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna put on this. Let's do New Morning. Oh, what happened? All right, that's not working so good. So we'll do the Matrix.
Living in the city, I was paying down my bills. One flat tire and the whole thing went to hell. Credit cards for groceries, I'm deep in debt again. It's time to split this scene, walk with you, my friend. Leaving the Matrix, heading for the promised land. They stole our money, but they couldn't stop the plan. Let's go together, playing with the band. Leaving the Matrix, we're heading for the promised land. Stopped paying taxes, your insurance I don't need. The medicines are killing us, hospitals grow like weeds. Moved into paradise, I don't need no gassy cars. Fake news, endless wars, a satanic legal bar. Leaving the Matrix, heading for the promised land. They stole our money, but they couldn't stop the plan. Let's go together, playing with the band. Leaving the Matrix, heading for the promised land. My friends all tell me I lost control. left my wife and job just to run down rabbit holes. But I can tell you one thing about my fall. Where we go one, we go all. Leaving the matrix, heading for the promised land. They stole our money, but they couldn't stop the plan. Let's go together, playing with the band. Leaving the matrix, heading for the promised land. Leaving the matrix, we're heading for the promised land.
So a lot of this it's fuzzy, and I'm not making any claims that I know how to do this, or that I know exactly. I am like you. We are trying to figure out where the boundaries are, how, what we're allowed to do, what we can't do. But sometimes you got to kill a rattlesnake. I mean, that's the lesson here. And like for me, screaming at these matrix players in the whatever the pioneer title company, for the useless bureaucrats that they are, and these are the people who decide who owns what. I'm like, and you can't change an address on a computer. The lender can't figure out it's just, these people are told. The court, I went to the court, they couldn't find my case. Nobody told. The thing that really bothers me is that nobody told me. Nobody said your land is up for auction except a nice person on the channel. And I didn't even believe them, because I thought, how is it even possible that these people could get it together to actually do something? But they did. But it's probably a baseless threat. But however, it got me going. And I'm lucky that I have a way. I think I have a way to deal with the situation. And once I got over my fear, once I said, well, wait a minute, I have 80 acres, but that's not okay. I can't, first of all, it takes too long to sell. And and you can't do this, and it breaks this rule, and you can't do that rule, and this, and the matrix, and you don't have a license, and this, and I mean, it's like the endless rules. That's the bureaucracy. That's the red tape. You can't do it. That's the bottom line. So I'm exploring the edges of this matrix, and I think there's a way out, and I think the Republic is also a very big piece of this. So if you haven't joined the Republic, please do so. Get involved. Join the people. Start re-inhabiting the Republic in your county. This is a local thing, right? I'm doing it in my county. We got Daniela, me, and two other dudes. We're starting the Republic again. That's the real law of the land. That's the constitutional republic. This the corporation is just a bunch of smoke and mirrors and lies. And eventually, very soon, and it seems like they'll all be just, I don't know what's going to happen to these people, but it's not my concern anymore. We have separated into two worlds. And the 18% who survived this Holocaust, we have to just do the right thing and keep going on and keep being fruitful and multiplying and doing the best to repopulate the world with people who are alive, not just zombies. So use the force. Don't be afraid to kill a rattlesnake every now and then. You have to stand up sometimes, and that's it's not a frequency I like to really dwell in, but sometimes you got to say, wait a minute, it's been 2 weeks already. What and now you're saying you're going to auction off my land, and you're just dragging your feet on this. This is a big deal to me. This is my house. This is where I live. but this is the Matrix. They don't know because they're dead. These people, I think that's the only way to look at these people. They're zombies. They're like, oh, just give me my soup. I have to have my soup. As long as I have my soup, I'll be happy. Okay, whatever. Anyway, so it's all good. Use the force. Know that you are the force. You are a force to be reckoned with, and choose the pleasure. Not like senseless, mindless pleasures, but the pleasure of creating a new world. It's so much fun. I mean, building up here for us, we build a lot of times. A lot of times we build together, and that's the best. It's just so much fun to build with Danielle. It's like, she's learning little by little. I mean, I'm trusting her to do more and more stuff, but even just to have somebody to, I'm like in the thick of it. I'm like, grab my hammer. It's like, it's all. It's a dance. It's a beautiful dance. Like my friend Greg always says, think with your heart and dance with your mind. So use the force, use the source. This is all good stuff. Thank you so much, Angel Girl. You just don't know how much that means to me, because whatever. I'm out here, man. I'm out here on the edge, as we all are. We're groping in the dark, but it's getting, to me, it looks better and better. I am not going to spend 3 minutes of my life worrying about whether Pam Bondi is. It's all a show. It's all a movie. The bottom line is focus, ascend. Grab for the gusto. Have a cup of coffee that you really enjoy. It's such a simple thing. When I was a green tea drinker, you green tea, but you really savor it. You put it in, or wine, but whatever. I'm an alcoholic, so I can't drink anymore. So I have to find pleasures other places. Daniela thinks I drink too much coffee. I probably do. Maybe Brian makes such good coffee. I can't resist. But be the force. Don't be afraid to shoot the rattlesnake every now and then. Just get these dead people out of your way. And sometimes you have to walk over bodies. So let's get out there with a big smile. Oh, it's Thursday, so I won't be back till Saturday night. Danielle and I are doing some stuff. We're actually going to socialize this weekend with my friend Ed, who is just this incredibly interesting guy who's done everything. He's been a farmer, he's been a trucker, he's been a forex trader. He's my kind of guy, and we're going to spend a little time with them and have a little barbecue. But it's a beautiful what?
No, because we have to broadcast, so we can't.
We have to broadcast, so we're going to have a short barbecue. Yeah, Danielle is right on it. Deep state minions trying to steal as much as they can from us all right before the QFS takes in effect. Absolutely. And listen, man, I mean, it is what it is. We'll all get through it, and we're all going to be rich as hell. And it's good, but not just that. We're going to be rich in that we will enjoy our lives. We'll enjoy our families. We'll enjoy our lovers. We'll enjoy getting up in the morning and having a bit of X2O, light infused water with, and then, for us, it'll be light infused water. And then we'll drink some Immunotech, drink a little thing of Immunotech that Norm sells. And, you can sign up under Norm, and he will sign you up just like Dr. Stacy does. He'll sign you up under Daniela or me. You can pick. Just call him. Let me put up his info again, because he is such a precious man. I love Norman. Let me see. Yeah. So yeah, let me just share this info. So you can reach out to him and get some Immunotech. You can call him. You can send him an email. He's very responsive, very appreciative. You could buy water X2O from him. We're all in on this together. That's the beauty of network marketing. Come join us. Be a brand partner. Share a couple of water machines with people who are dead maybe, and they need to be enlivened. To feel, but most generally the people who are into health are people that are awake, the 18%. So we just left Egypt. We just celebrated Passover, and now we're heading towards Shavuos. Shavuos is a holiday where we received the Torah. So this is a very big deal. We're coming into, I think that's actually in June. It's not for a little while, but we're in the Yidden in the story are in the desert. And they're having all their little problems, and they're copper snakes they put up to cure the plagues, and all this weird stuff with the spies, the story of the spies. It's really what I love about Torah is that the characters, these godly people have issues, just like you and I, and it's okay. So I'll miss you tomorrow, and I'll be back, God willing, Saturday night. So let's get out there with a big smile on our face and rock the world.